Hi and welcome back to my... Sorry, I thought my dog was peeing. He's not. I have a new puppy. You'll probably hear him scampering around. Sorry. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Coralie and today we are talking money, and more importantly, we are talking how to get wealthy during a recession. So first of all, what is a recession? A recession is when the economy's... Here comes the dog. A recession is when the economy's performance decreases for a certain amount of months consecutively. Put simply, think of it this way. Inflation has made things more expensive. Because things are more expensive, people aren't buying as often. Because people aren't buying as often, shops don't need to have as many employees, so they're letting employees go. People are becoming unemployed. Now that people are unemployed, they can't afford to buy things, and the cycle is continuing, and we're in a recession. So first of all, we need to talk about how people get wealthy in a recession, because how can you make money when the economy is in a downturn and everyone's losing their jobs and all that sort of stuff? Well, unfortunately, the recession really does benefit the already wealthy, but we will talk about that. In a recession, stocks are down. This is the time to get into the stock market. If you've been thinking about buying stocks, starting to invest, now is the time to do so, because these stocks are at a lower price than they've ever been. And if you put in the money and buy those stocks now while they're low, when the market recovers, you are going to reap the benefits. You will see significant growth because you were able to put in money when the stocks were down. The market always recovers. Yes, we're in a bear market. Yes, stocks are dipping. Your portfolio's probably not looking so hot, but it will recover. Be greedy when others are fearful. So to put it this way, if you keep all your money in a bank account, banks usually return point something to maybe 3% interest rate. My specific bank gives me 0.85%. Babe, this is not going to keep up with inflation. You're basically losing money if you're keeping all of your money in a bank account. The stock market, on the other hand, averages a 10% return year on year. Now, I don't know about you, but I would rather make 10% on my money than 0.85%. There is a dog just, ow, attached to my hand. You are so bitey, little man. So I've written down a little example here to help you understand the stock market a little bit better if this is all a little bit confusing for you. So at this point in time, ow, dude. I have approximately $12,000 invested in the stock market. If I were to never add another cent to that money and just let it sit in the stock market for 30 years at an average of, say, 8% returns, that 12K will grow into $120,000. Now, if I were to leave that in for another 10 years, because hello, compounding interest, dude, you need to stop biting me. This is not gonna work. That $120,000 will now be worth $260,000. All because I invested $12,000 when I was in my 20s and didn't touch it for 30 to 40 years. Now, I do plan to continue touching it. So another example, ow, seriously, you're gonna have to go on the floor if you keep biting me. Now, say I were to add $500 every single month into my investments for the next 40 years. Instead of having $260,000 in 40 years' time, I will now have $1.8 million. Excuse me? That is absolutely bonkers. And I will have only put in $240,000 myself, which means that compounding interest has earned me $1.6 million. If you are not investing, now is the time to start, because people get wealthy in a recession. So what is compounding interest? I'm gonna read this off of my laptop here. So If you earn 10% on $10,000, you will have earned $1,000 in a year. You now have $11,000, which means you'll be earning 10% on $11,000 rather than $10,000. So now you have $1,100 earned from interest. So now you are earning 10% on $12,100. It just keeps compounding and growing. The sooner you get into the stock market, the more time you have for compound interest to grow. My dog is licking my laptop. Dude, we're gonna have to work out a filming routine with you. Okay, so that is essentially how people get wealthy in a recession. If you have money to spare and you put it into the stock market, you will see significant growth when the market recovers. So how people get wealthy is all well and good, but how can you do it? How can you benefit from this recession? How and get wealthy? You are so lucky you're cute. So, first of all, get a side hustle. Life is getting expensive. Everything is going up in price. Your groceries are more expensive. Your mortgage is going up. But let me guess, you're not getting a raise. Your wage is staying exactly the same. So you have to find ways to make money elsewhere outside of your main job. So this is where a side hustle will be your best friend. So get a side hustle. Even if you spend an hour a day doing online surveys, that is extra money that's going to benefit you. I have some links down below. If you sign up to Octopus Group or Attapol, you will get money into your account straight away. Yes, it's a slow way to make money, and I would recommend finding other side hustles as well. Ow! But it is a great place to start, and it will still earn you a little bit of extra side income. I personally use the app Sharesies. I don't know if this is available everywhere. I know it originated in New Zealand, now it's here in Australia. I'm not entirely sure if it is available in America, but I really like this app because you can invest as little as $1. You don't have to already be wealthy to start investing. So, if you have money to spare, now's the time to invest it. And you're never too old to start, but you will benefit so much more if you start when you're young. If you start in your early 20s, you have so much more time for that interest to compound and for you to retire with a lot more money than if you start in your 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever. But you're never too old to start. Another thing is, if you are a first-time investor and you are hoping to get wealthy in a recession, yes, you will, it'll happen, but be prepared to see your investments go down. The market is very volatile at the moment. If you put in $1,000, it might be $800 in a couple months' time. Don't stress, it will go back up. You only lose that money if you take it out. If you put in $1,000, the stock market dips to 800, you get scared, you pull out that money, you lost $200. That sucks. If you put in $1,000, the market dips to $800, you chill, you just leave it in there. A couple years time, it's up to $4,000. Baby, you just made $3,000. You only lose that money if you take it out. Another thing I can say of how to get wealthy in a recession is to just immerse yourself in financial content. I read so many finance books. I listen to so many finance podcasts. I surround myself with finance content on YouTube. I am just so immersed in the finance world at the moment. I absolutely love it. So I am thinking about all these extra ways to earn a little bit extra money, so I can put it into the stock market, so I can invest in some more ETFs, so I can build my wealth during a recession. I would just like to end this by saying that I am very well aware that this is coming from a place of privilege. A lot of people lose their jobs during a recession, and when that happens, every cent counts. If you need that money to go towards food, shelter, all that sort of stuff, prioritize that. Don't focus on trying to put money in the stock market. If you can spare some money, I highly recommend it because, like I said, recessions are when people get wealthy, but only if you already have that little bit of cash to spare. Just saying. I know how fortunate I am right now. I know how lucky I am to be working a full-time job and be earning money from a side hustle. If I was just working my full-time job, I wouldn't have any money to spare to put into the stock market because it would be going towards my mortgage, it would be going towards my groceries, it would be going towards my fuel. This comes completely from a place of privilege, but in step number 1, start a side hustle. That is how you will earn the extra money to be able to put that money into the stock market, to be able to reap the benefits when it rises back up. Does that make sense? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I put out new videos every few days. I need to go get Milo like a bone or something because he's just chewing mine. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.